I'm usually out checking, but they say they don't want me to do that. So you tell me if you need something. You've got to let me know. So if you need me to do something, you need to let me know. The office told me I am to stay put.
Okay. Okay, are we ready to move on? Are you guys all here with me? If you are not with me, raise your hands. Or hand, you don't have to raise both of them. Okay, so let's go through some of this really quickly. Folks, everything made by humans is engineered in one way or another, okay? Whether it be your house, your phone, the desk you're sitting at. Ben earlier today discovered that these desks tip up. These desks are designed to tip up so that they're easily stored and easily moved. And in the past, I've used them for other stuff. An engineer designed your desk. There's little handles right there underneath you, and you pull that handle and the desk pops up. That is an engineered solution. Sometimes the solutions are easy. When I used to work on HVAC equipment, if I came across a hole in a piece of ductwork, the engineering solution was a piece of duct tape. That's what it's designed for. That's what it's built for, to cover that hole. Larger issues require more engineering and more design. For example, I remember a few years ago, and I can't remember exactly how many years ago, they had a cave-in on a coal mine, and they had people trapped in there. Well, what they did is they kind of figured out where those people were in relationship to the top of the ground. They drilled a hole about 18 inches, 2 feet in diameter, and then sent a specialized drill down there that had a cage in it at the bottom of it. People would step into that cage, close the cage, and one at a time, they pulled them out from several hundred feet under the ground. Again, that was another engineering, that was an engineered solution to a problem, okay? In this course, you will have a chance to create and to complete a bunch of instant challenges. We're going to do one of those instant challenges today, okay? Let's talk about notebooks. You guys don't have notebooks yet. I'm sure that they're there. I've got to just get them into the room and into your hands. When you get your notebook, leave the first 3 pages blank. Okay, we're going to put an index on those first 3 pages. In the top corner, outside corner of your book, you're going to write numbers. Let's see here. I'm going to turn off my presenting for a second. So, can you see, let's see, can you see my notebook? Yes? No? Kinda? So here in my corner, I have numbered every page in this book. Okay. That's the 2 things you need to do when we first start with the notebooks. Make sure that you number every page and leave the first 3 pages blank. One of our upcoming lessons is when we'll talk about that more in depth. Okay. So I need you to form teams of 2 or 3, and here in a minute we will go on a walkabout just to make sure that we're being cool and copacetic with the COVID stuff. Okay. Okay, imagine you need to transport supplies to a group of people trapped after a natural disaster. You can see them, but you can't reach them. The ground is unstable, and downed trees and debris block your path. You've tried to reach across, but there is no way through. You'll need a device to help move supplies over the 3 feet that separate you and the people you need to help. Now, On the desk here in front of Miss Smoot is the stuff that you get to use, and I'm not sure all that's there. I know there's straws, toilet paper holders. What's inside there?
Toilet paper rolls.
Yeah, no, the other one.
Oh, we've got straws, tape, paper clips, beads, balloons. We have the size of index cards, except it's lined.
Okay.
And we have rubber bands.
Okay.
And that looks like it.
Okay, so your challenge is, let's see. First off, let's go through this a little bit. Form a team of 2 or 3 to complete the instant challenge. Read through all the challenge directions before you begin your work. Assign a recorder to your team. Now, because we don't have notebooks, just go ahead and record on your desk with the markers over there. Now, if you want to use over there, there's some small black markers instead of the big. Same place we've been getting the markers the whole time. They're behind where Evelyn would be, but she's not there right now. There's some small black ones which write, they don't write as big. Yeah, that's exactly right, Livy. So you're going to go through, and from 2 on down, the instant challenge, this is what we are going to do. Your goal, using only the materials provided, design and build a device to move small objects across a distance of 3 feet, marked by 2 parallel lines of tape. I don't have the parallel lines of tape, but you just have to move it across your desk, okay? And it has to be above the desk. Can you roll it? No. It has to be up. Matter of fact, if you wanted to, you could move it between 2 desks, okay? So you just have to be able to move it. Objects cannot hit the floor or table during the transport, okay? Team members may introduce objects into the device, but may not provide any further momentum. So you can put the items on the device, and then the device has to take care of it. Livy, you had a question.
So you can't throw anything?
Correct. That would be too simple. That's not, I mean, come on. I want you peeking outside of that box. Let's see, you will have 1 minute to get as many objects across as possible, okay? So, folks, here is what I'm going to do. We need to split up for a minute just to make sure we're cool and copacetic. Go for a walk. When you come back, teams are your tables. I need to know if anybody is by themselves.
Yes. So what does go for a walk do?
The reason I am in isolation is because I sat by somebody who had COVID. If we would have gotten up every 15 minutes or less, I would not be in isolation.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, the instructions told me is to stay, not to roam, remain at desk as much as possible. Do not wander the building. Stay in your designated area.
Well, and what they're supposed to be doing is just getting out. What we're doing is letting the air handler kind of flush the air out, so that hopefully anything that's any water mist contagions are taken out of the room. And then when they come back, we're keeping that, they're wearing their masks the whole time. We're keeping we can't social distance, or I don't call it social distance. I like physical distance, because I don't want the kids to socially distance. I want them to physically distance. Does that make sense?
That makes total sense. That's a much better.
So anyway, that's kind of what that's the reason I do this, is because of my experience with being isolated.
So do you feel like you have it, or
Oh, no.
you've been tested?
No, I've not been they won't test me unless I show symptoms. But I've been taking the temperature now for 11 days, and I'm always between 93 and 96.
So you sat by someone that tested positive, but yet you don't have any symptoms of it. So they'll come back in a few days.
Friday's the first day they'll let me back. Okay, folks, this is your instant challenge as you're coming in. On the Livy, you're here. No, not Livy.
Evelyn.
Livy's like, yeah, I've been here the whole time, Mr. Child. What's up with you? Evelyn, you're here. Okay. Reagan, if you would bring Evelyn up to speed. Folks, we're doing this in this instant challenge today. Okay. We've got until, let's see, 8:50, is that right? Yep, we got till 8:50. So I'd like you to take 5 minutes right now and kind of figure out what's going on. I want you to read through this. The first instruction here is read through all the challenge directions before you begin your work. So please read through this. I would like you to take 5 minutes, read through this whole thing. Okay. Anybody have any questions? If you do not have a Chromebook, you can jump on the back. Otherwise, if you don't have access to this, please read over your neighbor's shoulders. And Livy, what can I do for you?
So if you make like something, can you not touch it to throw anything?
Correct. You can place the objects on your device and then let it go. And then your device should do the transportation for you.
So like it's illegal to make a slingshot because you can't touch it?
A slingshot, once you set it up and you release it, I would consider that to be good. However, and this is the only thing I'm going to tell you, is you have to get it in the delivery area. If you create a slingshot and you get it in somebody else's delivery area halfway across the room, or if poor Brinley is having to duck because of it, I don't think that works.
Okay. Wait, what are we transporting?
There's some beans over here. Did I answer all the questions?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take 5 minutes at 7:55.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's like a real life situation. I don't think it's a guy. Although that would be super cool.
You want me to record her? We're just gonna write down.
Okay.
I'm working here now.
No. Scissors.
Also, for those of you who possibly do not have access to this, there is the instant challenge. Go ahead and read through that, and then I can scroll this down as well if you need me to. Jimmy, do you have access to the Canvas class, Canvas course? Jump in there. I just made this active. This should be everything. It's just a little bit different in look, but this should be everything that everybody else has, so you can read it. Same thing with Ammon, Haley, and Azalea. Jump in and just look at this, and that should help you get through it. Okay. Let me know if you can't see it, Jimmy. Okay.
Or we could, and then
Yes, Debbie.
Like, you have to transport all your objects at the same time?
No.
Okay.
So you can, once you transport, you can pull your transport back and transport again.
You put that supply list up, and I'll start counting out cards and things for him.
Yep, there you go.
Okay.
And if you can't find rulers, I think there's some rulers in the back room in an orange bucket. And scissors are on the back wall. Okay, folks, go ahead and start designing. It looks like most of you are already on that step, but yeah. Top of the hour, we will go on another walk.
There's 4 cards. How many straws? 10.
Yep, 10 straws.
I'm not gonna do all of that.
But I think it's cool. I don't think any said about actually now. Are we allowed to cut the rubber bands?
Where? Oh. I don't know.
Are we, Mr. Child,
Yes.
are we allowed to cut the rubber bands?
Yeah, you have a pair of scissors. You are engineering this. I'm not going to dictate whether you can cut it or not. That's up to you.
Rubber bands make it so much easier. Maybe. Oh, wait a minute. Can we connect something to the other side? For like
Yeah, I mean, make sure, I'm going to move this for just a minute. Make sure you are following everything in your goal. And I mean, make sure that if it's not listed in here, assume that you may do it.
Okay.
If it's not specifically
As long as there's not something specific.
prohibited, okay, folks, if you have all your supplies, go ahead and go for a walk and then come back. If you are waiting for your supplies, please make sure you're trying to social distance. And yeah, that's where.
Oh, guys, you didn't get straws. You guys are now.
Indiana, right?
I just did put the beans or
Maybe 10 more.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's always nice. No! I dropped it. Wait, I dropped it. Thank you.
Aren't we supposed to get 6 of these?
Should be safe.
No, I like spider. There's that green. Like succulents.
Did you get one of
I want to make them up.
these? We need 2 and 10.
Okay, folks, if you've not gone on a walk within the last 15 minutes, please go do that unless you are waiting for supplies at the front. And then as soon as you have your supplies, please go on a walk.
Yeah, we've got to get a ruler to measure that.
Should we just guess or?
He said there were some rulers back there in an orange bucket. I don't know if you can see that, but you need to find a ruler to measure that.
Yeah, this is. I was thinking if you had to, you would have had it. Two, but, one of them.
And did you get your straws? 10 straws, right. Okay, Kate, who, I don't know how to, I guess I'll just stick it on the edge of the desk.
Oh.
Hey, you need tape. Why don't you come up and get it? So you should have 8 inches of tape, and this is 12 tape.
Can I just get straws here?
Yeah, go ahead, get 10 straws. Hey, tape. You guys need tape?
We definitely need tape, probably. We only got tape. We got tape.
Oh, you got tape. You guys have tape?
I need to drop to the side.
Tape? Sorry.
Right, now we have nothing. Now, this is where oh wait, we need to be able to get it 3 feet. That's like the one. We have rulers.
You can read it?
Oh, we roll it.
You guys, if you didn't get tape, there's some right up here. You should have, it's pretty close to 8 inches.
But we gotta get 3 feet. We do that quick and then we'll slide the table.
Okay, tape is right here, close, it's pretty close to 8 inches. Okay, anybody else need tape? Girls in the back, you need tape? We got tape. Tape, you need that? You guys get tape? Or do you need that? Need tape?
No, I just need to have
Tape? You good? Will they be returning anything?
Yeah, anything so the beads for sure, the paper clips.
Okay.
The toilet paper rolls.
That sun is right there. Okay. So save these then. They'll need to return them.
Yeah, I mean, if they cut rubber bands, obviously those can be thrown away. Or
Still usable.
anything that's usable.
Anything that's still usable when you're done, we're gonna put it back. So if you cut it up, throw it away. If you don't, let's put it back in the container.
Okay, you should be building by now. I'm going to give you 5 more minutes. Well, a little over 5 minutes, and we're going to go on another walkabout, and then we're going to do another 5 minutes after that to build. So go ahead and start building if you haven't already.
I did picking up. Roll all the way to the. Had the balloon. I like tying off and no, I was saying one. I was saying if we had two rubber bands, then. Yeah, probably. Okay. Yeah, I got better. You guys are gonna remember this. Yeah, I know. We actually had to do that, but this is easier.
I did not know.
Oh. Okay, I think if we could just see so we can have 4 of these sticking up.
You like it? Thank you.
How do you feel about balloons? Take the mask off. I think we're gonna. How are you gonna feel about
Okay, so
well, then.
Oh.
That is very, that is We've been waiting for a moment to use that. No, like, just use those decants, and use those combos, and let's just try this. Other you can.
How are we gonna? My cuts are a little bit uneven.
Oh, it's okay. No, it's okay.
just see how it works and then we can have one.
Five or six, including that one.
5 or 6.
Okay, folks, let's take another break for 2 to 3 minutes, and then come back and another. Well, how are you guys coming? Will another 5 minutes work, or do you need a little bit more time?
I think we might actually have it already. Okay.
Okay, let's go ahead and go on another break, and let's plan on another 10 minutes, unless it looks like you guys are ready to go.
Okay, so we're mostly.
Okay, folks, go on a break, please. Thank you, Evelyn. Jaden, how are you doing?
What?
How are you doing?
Okay.
I can't see you guys, so I don't know how well you guys are doing.
Well, we put straps together, that's all.
Am I in the way? Or just
No, no,
can't see?
it's just the range of the camera.
Just like. That's so smart. Wait, what if I did this? Smart. And then I put it in here. And then this.
I think you guys need to take a walk really quick. And then, oh, you just got back. Okay. Okay, if you just got back, I just didn't see you leave.
No, you cheated. Push the table forward. Aha.
So they put new filtration air systems in all the buildings, or just this building?
No, they're just doing more air exchanges. So the more outside air that they bring in,
Oh, okay.
does that make sense?
Yeah, so it's just like, it's not recirculating the air, you're sucking it in from the outside.
Yes. As much as possible, yes.
And that totally makes sense. You're bringing in fresh air rather than recirculating what's here.
Yep, and then also running through the filters, these are what's called a MERV 5. I think they're a MERV 5 filter, but they're a pleated filter. And as that air passes through it, a large portion of that, any moisture in the air, will impact that filter and will be stopped, or at least some of it will be filtered out. So, I mean, they've got good filtration. So
It makes sense, but I hadn't heard of that, so, but that makes total sense.
and then the other thing is, because we're probably running AC, running that air across the AC coil will also condense any moisture in the air and take it out as well. So there's actually 3 different things, and so we just want to allow that unit time to do that.
Right. So do all the schools have AC now? Do you know?
All of them have some AC. Not all of them are completely air conditioned. That's a very, so I used to work in the maintenance department, and in when Fremont, which is our last high school that was built, when it was built, they only put AC in the office and the and that was in 92. And since then, they've air conditioned that entire school. Much of Bonneville is now air conditioned, and of course, it's our oldest school. The school that has the least amount would be Roy High as far as the high schools. Rocky Mountain Junior, when they built it at the same time as Fremont, and again, only the office had AC, and now they've air conditioned that entire school. When I was in the energy management, we were doing 2 to 3 schools a year trying to get them upgraded. So,
Weaver must have AC because Weaver High, because when I've been in there, it doesn't feel like it's too hot.
Weaver High is the only high school that was originally built with AC.
Oh, was it? Oh,
Yep.
okay. Well, that was built in when, the 60s?
80. Let's see. First one was built, I think, first portion 79, and then the addition was 83, I think. The only place over there that really doesn't have AC is the math and computer area, which has evaporative cooling, which makes no sense that the business area with all the computers
Right.
doesn't have AC.
I'm not transporting those.
Okay, folks, you should be ending up your build and you should be testing it now.
Wait, do we have another thing? How are we gonna support it?
So I just claimed this drawing. Yeah, we can probably just do How much beef did you give up?
If you know what I'm doing.
Yes.
Hey, make a picture airplane. You have to be able to apply first to it. Whoosh. Without.
That's not
Okay, folks. Everybody, hold on a minute. Has everyone tested their original design yet? I'm hearing a big no there. I've heard one or two yeses, but a huge no. 2 more minutes, go on another walkabout, and then we're going to test your designs. And then about 5 minutes, I want you to test your design synchronously, meaning that all of you at the same time, you're going to be testing your designs. And then you'll have another 5 minutes to redesign, okay? So about 2 more minutes, we're going to go on walkabout, and then I want you guys to come back, make sure you've tested them, and then do another redesign if you need to, if you feel you need to. Any questions on that?
And then
No, that's what the most common order on me. I mean, not crazy hard, but so hard. Intuitive, so I figured it was the only thing I could make. And kind of. Yep, I mean, okay.
Okay, folks, go ahead and go on another walkabout.
Hey guys, time for walkabout. Everybody go at one time. Everybody head on out for a walkabout.
I'm glad you're still be standing without your background.
Remember, if you're walking down the hall, stay to the right. Remember to sanitize. Use the sanitizers, folks. Livy.
That was your 2-minute timer, so you guys are right on. Trying to figure out how to turn it off now. Do I need to go walk with them? The instructions didn't give me any direction.
No, just again, make sure that you're just sanitizing often. The real big thing is we just want to make it so that if anyone does get sick, that we can say, wait a minute, we should be okay. These are the people that were sitting around them. However, you know, we asked the kids to sanitize. We left the room every 10 or so minutes so that their exposure was limited. And so that's just kind of, I mean, I have no idea what the health department will do, but I'm just trying to, with what I've learned, trying to make it so that if something does happen, I don't lose half my class.
Right.
I know the high schools are not doing this. I know they're not.
I was at a junior high last week, and they were sanitizing like crazy. Anytime a kid walked into the room, they had them, and they were sanitizing desks, and they weren't doing the walkabouts, but they were only in class for like, they were doing 8-7 periods and they were out at 11:30, so they weren't in class very long.
Yeah, and last week was a short week.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing this week.
That's a whole lot more than
I'll just put it in like this.
hopefully it doesn't have to be over. It's gotta be over here. The other side.
Might work.
Yeah, no, you can just cut each of those in half and you can take that out. And then like, that's it.
I totally forgot. So you what project you doing?
I introduced you.
Okay, folks, about 10 minutes, 5 minutes to test. your design, and then 5 minutes to redesign or revise your design.
What's going on?
One came out.
He works though. Don't
And then put two rooms. And now we're two.
It looks like a fire thing, right?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I used to use that. Inspiration for our whole world. I mean,
I guess you're supposed to kind of blue and it's blowing it up really.
No, it's not.
Wait, have you blown up? Have you blown up the blue yet? Oh. Yeah, we can use the blue.
You guys didn't use that one?
No, we.
Okay. Thanks.
That's all we need. That way, are you gonna use that?
Okay, you should have tested by now, and you should be working on a redesign if you need to.
This is my version. I know. It doesn't work. Whoa. You do that for days.
Oh, I know that before, but don't worry.
We don't really need to capture things in our board.
I don't know why.
At least get one.
Oh, no. Oh, my
I don't know if I can do it anymore, but.
We need more weight on this thing.
Okay, so, hey, look, that's. I really want to rip that up.
I can almost do it. What is that?
Yeah, it looks small.
Not at all. Oh, no. You're all back.
Okay, next up,
It's all good.
we have.
You have to put some chairs on each side.
I'm just sort of watching you do this. Oh, and I show you, kind of like the watch.
All of these.
Probably paper.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta be.
We have cake that we really don't.
Alright, you ready? We're just gonna transport all of these. Oh, we're going Oh, yeah, that's gotta be at least.
We don't have any extra stuff.
Where does it start? Like there?
Hands in the air.
Oh, yeah, that's at least a solid. We just won.
Okay, folks. By a show of hands, who has not tested their design? Okay, folks, we've got 2 more minutes before we have to go on a walkabout. I'm extending this one out. We're at 10 minutes now. I want to make sure I keep it under 15. Finish these up in about two minutes. We're going to go on another walkabout. When you come back, we'll test it again. Remember that if you can't get it to work, that's not a failure, as long as you learn something from it, right? Okay, so we're going to go for 2 more minutes, actually about 1.5 minutes now, and then go on another walkabout, and then come back, finish these up. I want to make sure that we go through all the questions. I do not want you folks to have homework. I'd rather do it in class. Okay.
Guys, this balloon right here has been used.
Say that again.
Oh, I was just telling these guys, they popped their balloon. There was one more that hadn't been used.
We don't need one. We're good.
Okay.
We got our good.
But I wanted one. That's where that piece is.
You're gonna need to tape it there.
That's unfortunate.
I don't see why you just. Let's see.
Okay, let's just try again. Let's just see if we can get one across. Ah.
Believe it or not, I would just say it like that.
There's one. I just want to get one.
Okay, I'm going to put these in tape in whichever way. Another one. It's gonna be on the
Do we have one in there?
Okay, folks, go ahead and go on a walkabout. Come on back. Yeah. Jimmy, you doing okay, dude?
What?
You doing good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we gotta go walk around.
Can we get more paper clips? Because we kind of destroyed these. We just need two.
I think there's.
If this is not still up.
Let's see, is that Phoenix?
Final Fantasy and Disney just that.
Hey, Livy. Phoenix, please go on walkabout.
Just so close to closing it. Okay, that's basically done. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna be like walk into class and show like and blow our hydro flask. I'm so excited.
Maybe we can use this. There's others. Oh, you guys, we saw you guys in the hall. It's not drinking. I'm drinking. I thought you were.
I'm going.
You were on a mission. Okay. Like a mess. We have 6 of these, right? Wait, Mr. Childs,
Yes.
is it okay if you're like, as long as the object doesn't touch the desk, is that okay? Like,
Ghetto experience.
I believe that is okay, yeah. So are you doing, let's see, Evelyn, are you doing, you and Reagan doing a ramp? Is that what I'm seeing?
We tried to do this.
well, we thought we couldn't touch the desk.
Do you have a handheld camera to walk around and show you each one of them?
I don't, I wish I did.
Okay.
Okay, folks, we have 10 minutes left in class, okay? During this time, we need to clean up and we also need to go over everything. So if I can get your attention, I want to go over these questions, okay? I'm going to actually jump over. So this is I'm going to go back to the quiz. I use these quizzes so that you guys can give me good long answers. And tell me what you know. Okay. Question 1. Why did your team decide to pursue your chosen solution? How did you come to a consensus? Who can tell me what a consensus is?
Agreement.
An agreement. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. How did your individual actions impact the design and solution? What I'm asking for here is, how did you contribute? I want you to look at what your part of this was and how you contributed. And in what ways do you feel you helped your team? Okay. In what ways can you improve during the next challenge? This is all about teamwork. I want you to think about your part in being the team, being part of the team, and all of that. Okay. Number 3, what process did your team follow when solving the solution? Create a diagram or chart to represent your problem-solving process. You can give me a list. You can say, first we did this, then we did this, then we did this. Okay. Notice that these first 2 are only worth 1 point apiece. This last one, these last 3 are worth 5 points apiece. So these I would expect a little bit more, that you put a little bit more work into them. If you had another opportunity to optimize your design, how would you increase the number of small objects your team was able to move over the line? Okay. And the last question is, how can input from multiple individuals improve design solutions for problems that occur because of a natural disaster such as a flood? So tell me what you think that means. What am I asking there? Have you guys ever heard the saying that 2 minds are better than 1? This is kind of that. A lot of times when we're designing something and when we're engineering, we will engineer in teams. And the whole reason we engineer in teams is because one idea from one person will create an idea in another person, and the 2 ideas are better together than either one idea by itself. Does that make sense? Okay. Folks, we have about, 6 minutes? If I'm doing my math right. Go ahead. Let's go ahead and start getting cleaned up. You can also work on this assignment, but we need to have it all cleaned up within the next 6 minutes and ready to go. Any questions? Any concerns? Okay, you can also email me if you need to. I have to tell you, folks, I don't know whether you guys had fun, but I had fun watching you today.
Okay, as you clean up, if you did not use something, put it back in the bucket. If you used it, then put it in the trash.
Okay, we have 5 minutes, folks. Go ahead and get cleaned up and then come back. Let's get the classroom cleaned up first. And then as soon as we get the classroom cleaned up, go ahead and work on it until I let you go at 8:50. But we need to make sure that the classroom is cleaned up.
Not the desk. Come get a wipe and wipe off the desk.
Let me throw away everything in the ghetto.
Nancy, how are you?
The desk anyway.
Put them on backwards.
Yours, yeah. Unless you've got paper clips or something. These can go back in. Yeah, then throw
Hello,
them
Azalea.
away.
Let's see, Ammon, right?
You'll have everybody jump it. There you go.
I just put my without the goal.
Okay, white. Check your floor too. Check around your area. Check the floor and the, cause I see some straws, a couple of leaves. You, this table right here. This table right here will be white. Did you guys wipe your table? No. It's like flat. I put one on
Well, I need the one on my.
Oh. That you were placing on the table. Grab that paper right there. Grab that straw. Oh, you got it. Thank you.
It's very weird.
Okay, folks, about one more minute. It is 8:49. 8:50, I want you walking out the door. Any questions about this? Okay. Why do I have you guys go on walkabout about every 10 minutes? I was beginning to wonder. So, the reason I'm here and not there is because I went to a meeting and sat by someone who later, either the next day or later that evening, went in, was tested and had COVID. If I had gotten up every 15 minutes or less, walked about for a minute, and then came back, I would not have, according to the health department, I would not have had to have gone on whatever it is I am here, on timeout. So that's the reason I'm having you guys get up. That way, if one of you happens to get sick, number one, hopefully we don't spread that to someone else. That's the first goal. Second goal is that you won't have to hopefully go on timeout like I am. So those are the reasons. Folks, it is 8:50. Hope you had fun today. I will see you all tomorrow. Have an awesome day at your homeschool. And don't forget to keep smiling. Life is fun.
Right here. Yeah, I think right there. We've got a question. Mr. Child?
Yes.
I'm not gonna be here tomorrow. Am I gonna miss anything big? That I
Nothing that can't be made up. Are you going to be, remind me, are you Ammon? Is that right?
No, Jordan.
Jordan. All right. Jordan, Jordan, are you on my rolls?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Okay.
Bye, Mr. Joe.
Yeah, there I am.
Oh, Jordan Simmons, yes. I will email you a video of what we do, provided I remember how to do it. See you guys. Go
Okay.
catch the bus.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jordan.
Okay, I have a question for you. Where is your remote to turn on and off your screen? Or do you just leave it on?
We'll just leave it on, but to turn it off, the power button on the board itself, you just hit that twice.
Power button on the board.
So right on the left-hand side under the screen.
Okay.
And then the other thing we need to do is set up the next